Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
Are we here? This is how we're going. This is how it is.
This is how it is.
That's how it is. Okay.
That's how it is.
All right, let's we here, we live, man. Look.
Welcome to Sports Sushi. Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn it.
All right. So this show gonna be a little different, man.
It's gonna be a quickie.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real quick one. Sterling ain't gonna be with us today. He gotta do other obligations. And our usual producer, Chris, is tied up with something else. So guess who's running the show?
Two motherfucking knuckleheads. And if you let us, we're gonna add a third. And if you commenting out there and you watching live, first hit the like and subscribe button, because we're trying to grow the show. And secondly, hit us up, man, because on this show, shit, we want to hear from the people too. Fuck it, talk with us.
And I'm kind of learning the setup here, so let's just be patient. Be patient with us, you know what I'm saying? So let me. Oh, look at these little buttons. Oh, yeah, look at all these little things I'm doing. Okay.
For Boogie learning how to use technology. They let this run wild. Shit.
So hopefully, man, we can get our guy Ghost in here. I'm trying to figure this shit out. But once we get Ghost in here, he'll join us at we're gonna go through our segments here. But we got a lot of shit to talk about. So let's go ahead, man, and let's get into it. All right. So before we do that, we're always on Rumble, Odyssey, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter. All that good shit there. So if you're tuned into any one of those services, man, I appreciate you, dog, and keep tuning in. All right. But let's go ahead.
Please do.
Yeah, please do. All right, man. So
let's go ahead. For the people that are already following and subscribing. You know what I'm saying? We love you.
Oh, I thought shit.
Oh,
okay.
My bad. I really feel like in some ways we should be switched right now. You should have the soundboard because you're used to that, and I should have the other keys so I could bring people in from the net. But hey, we here, yin and yang, or yang and yin.
Indeed,
niggas from the south about to make
indubitably. All right, so all right, man. So I know y'all looking at the screen and shit. Y'all see my little picture up there. Hey, man, this is where the producer and shit sits there. So don't mind that guy up there in the corner.
I can't even see him.
All right, but let's go ahead and kick it off with this day in sports. Russ, what do you have for us?
All right. I don't know where he went. Boogie! Oh, no. Someone took my nigga to another realm. I hope he comes back. Oh, I hope he brings Ghost with him. Oh, they have left my motherfucking ass alone. So I'm going to kick it. So today in sports, today actually the NFL adopted a jersey numbering system. Like 1 through 19 for QBs. This number. Hey, I thought they took you to the nether realm. I was like, no. I was like, it took Boogie to swap it, but I was like, hey, if they need to do this shit alone, y'all about to get an hour of foolishness. Probably about 35 minutes because I wasn't gonna be that long. But anyway, like I was telling them, Boogie, could you hear Boogie or was you there?
Nah, I can hear.
Okay, cool. So yeah, basically they adopted the numbering system, 1 through 19 for quarterbacks. The offensive linemen had to get their sets from like 60 or 50 to whatever number it is, but. Little dose of knowledge for you. Now it's crazy because the reason why I do bring it up is now in sports they're even letting NFL players rock the O. So that's pretty crazy. It's come a long way. People don't really care what number you rock. They used to care a whole lot. That's about all I got today in sports. People don't care no more. Wear your number like this. Wear your number like this.
Wear your number like these. That was a good one, though. All right, man.
Goody mouth forever.
Always. All right, so let's go ahead, man. Get into
shout out to Future's great grandparents. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give a shout out to Goody Mob for being Future's great grandparents. Without Goody Mob, we don't have Outkast. Without Outkast, we don't have Future. Without Future,
right.
you ain't got
yeah. You ain't got it. All right, so let's get into it.
Let's go to
Rat now. All right, so let's get into it. Little soft subject here. Not really soft, but across a couple of states in the Union, and I don't mean Union, I mean the United States. I think it's one of the Carolinas. I think New York and another couple of handful of states are banning participation trophies. I know we talked about it a little bit in the past because we've been on the show for about a year, and if you haven't subscribed and liked, you should do that now because we're kind of consistent.
You hit the bell. Man, if you're not, what the hell is going on? But no, I actually want to give I was gonna say it because I actually want to give the horns to this. I mean, because to me, your participation trophy is the team photo. You get this photo that commemorates you making the team. Here, all of y'all get this photo. We don't get shit else if we don't win. Like that's to me. But that's how it should be. I think creating a culture of athletes that believe just playing the game is enough in terms of competition is not healthy. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, and you don't play sports like competitively and on a team if you don't want to compete. So, like, I can see if it's like a little, I don't know, if you and your boys get together and have your bowling team, you know what I'm saying? Or you and your family have a bowling team and y'all go out there and finish 0 and whatever. I mean, you could buy your family a participation bowling trophy or something. Y'all some losers. But I mean, you could buy yourself some trophies that way. But I feel like the little league teams, the dudes that finish second, they can get a half the size trophy as the dudes that won the first. Everybody else gets nothing.
I agree.
The MVP can have something.
Like, okay, so Russ, I just sent you the link in a message through this thing. So try to check to see if you could see it
on which way.
Through this through EV Mux.
Through this. Okay, so I need to send this to
send that to Ghost. Yeah, so we could try to get him in. But while we're doing that,
I want to hear him talk about participation trophies.
Let me just tell you just a story that what I was doing this past weekend. So my brother has a 4-year-old and we took him to the park to play catch because he's starting to get to that age where he's about to start little league football. So my brother did me so proud, man, my older brother. So he ended up telling my nephew while he was playing, he said one thing while they was playing catch, and my nephew was kind of, giving a, half-assed attempt and stuff like that. So his response was, he says, "Hey, man, you better go ahead and you got to get this shit right, man, because we don't do participation trophy shit over here." And I shedded a fucking tear.
One of them.
Just one single solitary tear, just like, damn.
And then just disappeared into the beard?
Nah, it didn't disappear into the beard. It collected with the sweat that was on my face. So I was pretty happy to hear that. But like, it kills competition, man. Like how you just said, winners. Hold on, let's invite them in here. All right,
here we go.
There you go. There you go.
What's happening, boy?
What's happening, man?
Welcome, welcome. How you doing,
What's
brother?
Up? Hey, to y'all that don't know, this is a great friend of mine, Ghost Baby. I think you got your fan. I think you can feel your fan in the background. But
no, see, there we go. We got it.
See, you know what I'm saying? Welcome, y'all, to the Ghost Party. The most brutal man I know, but also the nicest man I know. Ghosted. Oh wait, hold up, you got it on? Oh, you got it. Hey. Oh, whole lot of plug shit. Hey. Whole lot of plug shit. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Boogie, Boogie, you gotta fuck with me, Boogie. I gotta get you laced up, baby.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
But no, Ghost, man, we over here, we're talking about participation trophies and how they're being banned over more and more states. But I was just telling Russ that my nephew, he just had a, he's getting ready for Little League football. My brother, kind of gave him the rundown. It was like, none of that participation trophy shit here. There's only winners that win. Winners eat steak dinners. Losers eat ramen. So,
chicken noodle soup.
Hey, bro. I'm happy, man. Like, this is great news to me. Like, let's bring back the killer instinct. Let's bring back the mama mentality. Let's bring back like winners sit at the table, and that is and like I was never a believer in everybody has fun and you get a ribbon and dot dot dot. You want to know what's fun? You really want to know what's fun? Winning. Winning is fucking fun. Okay.
I think you muted Ghost. I think you muted.
Oh shit.
I think he
Ghost.
got himself.
Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, Ghost.
I think you have to unmute yourself. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we got you now. We got you now.
Welcome to.
Probably lower
I had
the camera
muted because it was an echo.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You good now?
Yeah, you good now. All right, man. But yeah, like winning is fun, and especially if you fucking dominate, it is extremely fun. Like, I don't give a fuck about you, running around and enjoying yourself. No, motherfucker, get a dub.
Yeah, no, I think I 100% agree with that. Especially like if you want to go have fun, go to the rec. That's where you can go have fun and you can lose and not feel bad about it. But like if you're on a team and you're trying to win, like depending on certain levels, I believe like little kids, yeah, you want them to have fun, but also you want them to get, like you said, the mentality of, I'm out here to do something, and that's just to win the game. You know what I'm saying? I think that sometimes gets lost, and I think it gets lost too when you think about like stuff like that Dame says. Like that has nothing to do with this lower level, and like mid-level like type of stuff that we're talking about. Like he's allowed to say like after all I've accomplished, I don't really care about a championship for all these other reasons. But when you're at the lower level, no kids, no, go try to win because it's about development. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to develop to the best you. Sports Plug's about being the best you. But you know what I'm saying? You're not going to develop to be the best you if you're out there just run around like a chicken with your head cut off. And shit, everybody gonna take an L. So like the great Steph Curry says, man, like sometimes you shimmy, sometimes you get shimmied.
Yeah, sometimes you shimmy, sometimes you shake. What'd you think about this, Ghost?
All right. Well, first, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. You good, brother?
Okay. Yeah. All right, man. When it comes to it, yeah, like at first, when it came to little kids, I was just like, yeah, hey, participation because I didn't want to see them like, sad or, feeling down. But then as I gotten older, I was just like, you know what? F that. I ain't gonna curse. But no, fuck it. I'm gonna curse.
Yeah. Hey, nigga, who are you? Nigga, it's me. What?
There's not.
What the fuck?
Like it's not, bro. Like, and that's why I love like, 101 sports like boxing, MMA, all like that. Because hey, you're first or you last, like Ricky Bobby say.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, you get. Hey, yeah, you go to the Olympics on the good side, yeah, you want a silver medal, but fuck that, I want that gold, and that's gonna eat me up. Like I want that fucking gold medal. Like I lost, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prepare even harder so I can make sure I get that gold. So damn that participation shit, like no, like, and that just goes with everyday life too. Ain't necessarily you ain't gotta be sports. Like, hey, like this person beat me out for this job. Like, well, what do I got to do? Because I failed. Like, I didn't get the position. So what am I going to do to get better and make sure I get that position and pass up that motherfucker? So, yeah, participation, damn all that, man.
I don't like it.
I
like I said,
and that's what you should have as a little kid too. And that's what breeds winners.
Yeah, well, like I said, your participation trophy is the photo. You get the picture. No, be real talk. Like you get the team. No, you get the team photo. You get the photo where you on one knee. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you holding the ball, or you get the photo like where you get the photos. Like that's your trophies. Like you get to get things that remind you that you played on a team. But like I said, if y'all go 0-16 and go defeated, you don't deserve a piece of metal.
You don't.
Like you don't. Like I think that's cut and dry.
Only thing you deserve.
Talk down on.
Only thing you deserve is a first round pass to the goddamn gym to get better. Correct the mistakes. That's what you got to do. It teaches you. It's like, hey, you fail. Hey, pick yourself up. and fucking figure out a way.
Yeah, and I think it's most important at the lower level because I had toddlers, Ghost. You had toddlers like Boogie. You have nieces and nephews. Like they don't know like adversity because they're like babies. You know what I'm saying? So like it's good for them. The only way that they're gonna really know what it's like to either take an L or fucking grasp a win is to do it against someone else that's in their realm that don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about their feelings. Like they do not give a damn. Like if my daughter goes to hoop, another little girl is not gonna give two shits about her feelings and is gonna try and rock her ass. Ha! You know what I'm saying? But that's what you need because that's otherwise you're gonna think that you greatness because you're in the backyard with pops all there or with mama all day.
And let me give an example because I remember I first started playing organized sports. I had like no real solid background when it came to like football. I only played like t-ball, and that's not even real. But when I started playing football, I thought that I had God-given talent, and that I can coast and and do whatever I had to do whenever I lined up with anybody. Pretty much I got naturally I kind of got the best of the situations until one time I got taken off my fucking cleats and I got fucking rocked. And I mean I got ear hole pretty bad. And the one thing that I remember was I looked up in the stands and my brother was fucking laughing.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at that. Shout out to Imani Jones. He had like a couple years ago. He had like a whole segment on like people that had played against professional athletes and what made them quit football. And like three people called in, right? Like 3 or 4 dudes called in, and it was the same dude. It was the same guy that had made the league. It was an intro role or something. I forget it was. It was like a corner or a linebacker that was like a 10-year vet, but he had like fucked up like 4 people's lives to the point where they never played football again. That's why I was laughing. I was like,
okay,
damn.
So let me tell a story. Okay, so when I was in San Antonio, I had a friend out there, and he was known for kind of stretching the truth. But he told me this story about when he played against Drew Brees in the playoffs, in the state playoffs. So I was like, okay, Drew Brees from Texas, this guy's from San Antonio. I can't remember which year, but internet, do your thing. So he told me this one thing that he played like defensive line. So he said that he seen Drew Brees drop back for a pass. He got free. And he said Drew Brees was a small guy. He said just like how he is now. He said that once Drew Brees
There's not a business nigga here with the background change. You think you're Swift? This
motherfucker in a high rise now.
I was listening to Biggie. I said, this nigga just go.
I had to stop too. I said, this nigga in a high rise now.
Okay, cool.
Because it said,
it's transmission.
It's a good transition
for the virtual background. So I was just like, oh, when we switch it.
Okay. I'm not fucking with you. Oh boy, niggas love gadgets. We love. Obviously, I got the blur. I'm just like, I did that the first couple weeks I saw it. I did the same thing. I didn't say shit to nobody. I was like,
I had the blur. It was like, your computer working too hard. I'm like, damn.
Oh man, I had to, Biggie. My bad, bro. What'd you do to this motherfucker though?
But no, like, so this guy, he was big guy, probably like about in his high school, maybe in his 260, 270 range. So he said he gets free. He says he sees this guy Drew Brees back turned towards him, just in the pocket, unsuspecting. And he says that he comes up to this guy. He said when he's closing in on the distance with Drew, he says all he does is that he closes his eyes and he says he hits him with everything that he had. And he says that he went down on the ground thinking in his mind, he said, oh, sack. I sacked Drew Brees. He said he rolls over. He looks. Drew's on his fucking feet after he just threw a touchdown. So he goes back and he watches the film.
Who did he hit?
No, he hit Drew. Drew just did this. Touchdown. And I said, yo, shut the fuck up. I said, shut the fuck up.
So no, man.
So after that, he said, hey man, he said this nigga going to the league.
Nah, man, that's got to be disheartening to give a nigga all you got, and he just. What was that?
Yeah, just
Hey,
you're gonna have a regular.
athleticism.
Hey, Ghost, what are you talking about? You're gonna have a regular job. I'm gonna let you know.
go sell insurance.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You got a regular job.
Yep.
That's when I realized I had to
Go
go
sell
Oh,
insurance.
shit.
Is it go sell insurance?
Oh man.
All right, but on the subject of winners, man, let's keep it going. And let's talk about some real winners here. Oh goodness, gotta add scene, gotta do all these other stuff here. Now I gotta keep adding shit to the scene. It's gonna look ugly.
Hey, look, hey, we figuring it out.
Yeah, we figuring it out, man.
Yeah, now we good. It's just shit. Chris!
Yeah, Chris!
Drive this bitch in the boat's rocket, but we gonna make it across the water.
Nah, but it's gonna look ugly, but we gonna get it done.
Hey, they ain't here for the graphics, nigga. They here for hey, go there for big 30, nigga. They for the big 3-0. Nigga, throw that up one time.
Big 3-0.
Yeah, the big 30. And big 30 I thought you already gave me the intro. I was gonna let them know.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, let's go ahead and get into it. The UConn men's won the NCAA tournament. So shout out to them.
What the fuck are you drinking, Ghost?
All right, so they ended up getting the dub. So let's go ahead and just talk about that a bit. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't watch it.
Can I say one thing? I want everybody to go back to what was it? The episode week before last, I believe, was the start of the tournament. Mm-hmm. And I would like everybody to go to that episode, and I would like everybody to watch who I told you I thought was going to win. Y'all asked me, and I said UConn, but I ain't had the balls to pick them in my tournament challenge, so I picked Alabama, and they lost. But I had UConn in the final. So, one, kind of told you niggas. Two, a great dominologist once said, stick to your first mind. Number three, shout out to the winner of the fourth Sushi Tournament Challenge. That's Sammy.2. Sammy.2, you done won $200 from yours truly. Sports Club Russ, a.k.a. Big 30. No, I'm a cash app him. Honestly, Sammy.2, I had a real thought process of fucking with you because I was like, man, you take traveler's checks? I was going to ask him. I was gonna be like,
don't cash yet.
Hey, God, I was gonna be like, what's that dude, Eddie? With Malcolm Eddie, I'm like, ooh, that one is a flubber. That shit is flubber, nigga, rubber. That check gonna bounce. Put that money on a trampoline, nigga. You gonna get your $200 one day. Nah, I'm gonna give it to you Friday. Don't worry about that.
One day, I guess. Hey,
I'm gonna give
say when you win the lotto, you want that in increments for over 30 years?
I'm gonna give you $20 for 10 weeks. I'm gonna cash up your $20 for 10 weeks. We gonna contact.
I did.
Hey, y'all got me fucked up next year. I'm right, dude. I reserve the right to do that next year just to fuck with somebody. And you better not get mad because that means every week I'm giving you $20 to go get fucked up. Where everyone you go get a bottle of alcohol. Damn, $20 don't even get you a good bottle of alcohol.
Not no more.
Oh shit! Hey, you got to take that 20 for 10, boy. that's looking real nice to me right now. Cause Friday, I ain't looking forward to it. But congratulations, Sammy. Congratulations, UConn. Actually, I want to say this though. If anybody watched UConn, I did say this also. They were the most consistent team. It started out like 14-0. Crazy thing is, I do think they were underseeded, which I think affected their run a whole lot. Which I think they won every game with like a fucking 20-point differential or some shit like that, 15-point differential. So the tournament by far this year was awesome. But UConn dominated their competition. It was nobody fucking with them. They got the new Ray Allen and Hawkins. Sonogo, I hope I said that correctly. Fucking with his game big time. Love to see a big man get it done in today's game, especially. Shout out to Noel from Kansas State. You know what I'm saying? I think he was probably everybody's favorite player until Kansas State got knocked out. But overall, this is one of the best tournaments I've watched in a long time. The last game was left a little bit to be desired, but it was a good basketball game. But hey, everything was good about this tournament to me, except for the refs. The refs blow as usual.
Yeah, that was a lot of people complaining about on both games, the females and the
Can I say this
men's.
though about the refs? I just
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think I've said this before. I might have said it before. If I do, I repeat myself. And if I repeat myself, well, shit, be glad I said it twice. So like, refs should have a school. Like, you know how you go to like a trade school to learn how to like cut wood and like weld shit.
Mhm.
Like, we should have a referee should have like a trade school. Like, you should like go to learn, or you can go to college to learn to referee. Like, yo, this referee graduated from LSU. He refereed like 20 SEC games. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like, they should have to go through a process. The refereeing in every sport, not just basketball in college, NBA, NFL, hockey, baseball, women's lacrosse, women's soccer, reffing in every sport blows. It blows, and it's not because it's a hard job. It's because it's the only place where they don't have accountability, and they refuse to have people who do this shit full time. Like, give somebody the opportunity to be the Michael Jordan of refs. Like, this motherfucker don't miss a call. Like, give him the opportunity to be that. You know what I'm saying? Give us the opportunity to be transparent with the rule book and why calls are made. And damn it, simplify things. But above all else, full-time refs. Like, I'm saying, like, this should be a lifestyle. Like, a little kid should grow up, and his homie could be like, I want to make the NBA. And the homie next to him should be like, I want to go to the NFL. The other one, I'm going to play hockey. This one, I'm going to play tennis. And then the fourth one look up and say, I'm wearing the stripes, nigga. I'm going to go down as the best referee. Gene Stessator is going to look at me like God. You know what I'm saying? But that should be a goal, like, to be a great ref. But now it's just like, hey, you want to ref this shit? Be real, y'all. In every league that you ever see, what are the refs? Some niggas ain't got shit else to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is, and if they got something else to do, your game is getting refed horribly. But I think that's the biggest problem.
To piggyback off what you said, I think I seen an article where they're actually training ex-military vets to ref and things like that. So hopefully,
hard nose.
Yeah. So
could you imagine getting mad at a Marine? Nigga? I ain't found a nigga. Yes, you did. Simplify. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool, ref. You got it.
Hoorah, rep. Hey,
I got you.
Attention.
If a nigga playing football, he just snapped mid game, like, and think he the linebacker.
No, they don't need to. Hey, they're gonna have to do a test for them, make sure they mentally stable.
I'm sorry, I should have said that because that's not funny. But if a nigga break out like Major Payne, I swear to God.
Okay, so Chris Stroud, shout out to boy Chris Stroud. He said, "Man, bro, it really isn't hard." He says, "I have a cousin who's a ref, and it's hard to get into the NFL for what you do. You have to work your way up." I mean, look, man, they better do something.
I just think they should get full time. Like, I think it's one of those things that he's right. It's not something that's way too hard, but it's something that if you try to half-ass, it don't go right. So I think that, like, they should take reffing really serious and have these guys go up through ranks, but, like, make it worth their while is what I'm saying. Like, have it to be like, yo, if you're going to be a ref, you're going to get paid for this shit because it means a lot. Like, people are out here saying games are rigged, and we all watch a lot of games, and we know they're not rigged, but, like, it's just like, come on, man, we could do better. Like, all this shit we got in the world, and we can't figure out how to call a fucking catch. We can't figure out how to call a foul. My bad, I hit my mic. We can't figure out how to figure out all this stuff. Come on, man. Shit don't make no sense.
Well, what's the salary for, like, a ref? Like, I mean, that's the thing, too.
I can look it up.
Like,
shit,
I mean, I'm sure they make, like, because most of them, don't they have, like, part-time jobs? Like, I guess when the
most of them are, like, lawyers and shit, so they don't even need the money.
True. But I mean, you know.
Referees. Yeah. Man, these niggas make $205,000. Call plays better. Okay, now I'm mad. I didn't think they would get no change. Now I'm really mad. You getting 200 G's and you fucking it up like this? Nah, bro, I don't care, man. Now, if y'all want more money, just say that. This now, okay. Now it's making sense. Now, because you niggas got a 200 $5,000 part-time job, and y'all motherfuckers is blowing calls.
Look, man.
Come on, Cletus.
I think I think I was listening to a Pat McAfee episode, and he kind of broke it down. And he was just like, it's really, kind of it starts from the top. He was like I think the head of officiating was wasn't really a good ref, and was like notorious for making bad calls. And he's like, it just kind of trickles downhill. If you have a bad, a guy that's doesn't have a good reputation as a good ref, or doesn't make a lot of the right calls, sitting at the top, it's just gonna be a byproduct of everything that's underneath them. So if the NFL, and I'm speaking for the NFL, if they, you got to kind of look at, really need to look at these referees. And I don't think that the NFL is, because you got fucking Goodell saying that, the officiating has never been better. It's like, oh, motherfucker,
it's terrible.
Shit.
But the thing is, it's even if they try to look back or try to show you anything, it's always been shit, because they don't get, you motherfuckers have 205,000 reasons to make good calls. I imagine, Ghost, you want to go ref? Me and Ghost will go ref right now. I'll be the best motherfucker. I will quit everything I am doing right now and be in that bitch holding
ref
on the offense. Nigga, hey, I'm working on my shit right now. NFL, I can run pretty fast. NBA, I can keep up. You know what I'm saying?
Automatic first down.
Hey, look at my charge card. Nigga.
Get the charge.
Nigga. Boy, 205.
I'll be like,
I'm working on shit. Hey, what's the qualification? Bro. Hey, go! You gonna be a family commodity. You gonna be like, remember that swole left Ed Hokey? They gonna be like, ooh. They gonna be like, ooh, that's that dude with the grill. He going they're like, say, man,
I know,
you
right?
You had
like,
2 feet.
5 yards, automatic first down.
You like
200 Boogie. 205. But you can get out there with the turntables and turn that shit out. Man, hey, could you
5 yard penalty?
Boogie on the 50-yard line, like hold up, throw a flag. Pass interference. Pass interference. and then drop March Madness on them niggas. Shoot some niggas with good. Nigga, what? Oh shit. Hey, nah, see, y'all NFL, y'all got it all fucked up. For $205,000 a year, you can get a motherfucker do a lot of shit and ref correctly. Come on, man, this is some bullshit.
Hey, look, this probably gonna lead in what we talk about. But I'd be like, hey, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Speaking of which, all right, so
unsportsmanlike
let's go ahead and get to it.
Technical foul.
All right, so let's go to the females championship. LSU beat Iowa in the women's championship, and
I ain't got a tiger sound.
All right, so the LSU Tigers came away victorious, and I'm pretty sure if you was living under a rock, it was so much controversy and everything that was mired in it, but people wasn't even really talking about the game. They were just talking about their viewpoints and how they feel this and how they feel that. But we'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about the game. I think it was the most viewership for most views for a women's championship. It was like 9.9 mil, I want to say.
Yeah.
I know if Chris was here, he'll say something about nobody watches the female games.
There's a lot of people saying that nobody watches, but we watched, and a lot of people watched or tuned in or paid attention, however you want to call it.
Or formed an opinion, or however you want to say.
Yeah, I was one of the many that I watched from Twitter, tuned in a little bit here. I'm not gonna act like I was glued to my TV set, but I do respect the women's game. Now LSU and Iowa, both really good teams. I want to say this though. The fact that it was on the most viewed, the fact that it was the most viewed, and LSU went out there and scored 102 points. shout out to them girls, bro. Like, because one of the knocks and one of the things you notice about some of the women's sports and some of the college sports in general is y'all ain't getting enough buckets. And 102, they getting enough buckets. I want to give a shout out to the LSU women Tigers for going and getting that done. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty dope. I do also want to say this.
With, these women, man, they just getting better, bro. It's like, hey, they learning how to, they ball, you know what I'm saying? The handles, like you said, getting the buckets. They just getting better. It's
speaking of evolution,
you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they start, be able to make money. Like you said, 9.9 million. Hopefully that leads, maybe with the WNBA, you see some females out there and, hey, start
I was
doing
gonna say to your point though, when you said evolution, my last thing I was gonna say though is like women's this now I'm gonna say this like really, really pay attention. Like women's basketball may have found their like Bird and Magic. Like they may have found it with this two combination of girls because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese had the most people ever to watch women's basketball watch them. They are going to continue to go on and play versus each other. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this grows the sport. Women's basketball, you need to use this and catapult yourself because it was entertainment at the highest level. A shout out to both teams, but big shout out to LSU and big shout out to Angel Reese for letting yo hang. You know what I'm talking about? And being you and staying on top of yours and standing on yours.
Mm-hmm. And then shout out to I think she has a cousin that won on the UConn team as well. So that's very interesting. So shout out to the championship cousins. That's going to be a very interesting family gathering. So big shout outs to them. But hey man, look, I give props and props due, man. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, man. She is a
dope
bona fide killer. So
Paige Bucket's coming back though.
Yes. So yes.
I ain't trying to hate, but every time someone says that, I'm like, Paige coming back. Paige Bucket's coming back. Be ready.
So
she cold, bro. Stupid cold. She's scary cold.
But let's just get into the shit that we're going to talk about here.
That's what we always do, Boogie.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with you.
Getting to the meat and taters.
So
let's get the beef, the pettiness of the whole shit, because
yes,
I really want to talk a little bit. We can get into the whole everything. Like we can talk about shit talk in sports. So go ahead.
So let's just start with here. Okay. So let's just start with the participation trophy deal here. This is what I call the biggest participation trophy ever.
Boy.
So First Lady Jill Biden, after the game, she went ahead and was like, "Hey, you know what? Let's invite Iowa to the White House as well because they played such a good game." Now, fellas, tell me where there was a time in history where a team that did not win a championship, that didn't win, gets invited to the White House.
Bro,
has there ever been a situation?
Hold up. I just want to say this. To answer your question, there's never been a situation like this. But have y'all also noticed no one stood behind her on this? Like no, not even even Joe was like, "Bitch, why is you talking too much? Them losers can't come to our house. Stop it."
First off, if I'm LSU, I'm like, why does anybody want to go to the White House anyway nowadays? Like, for what? Like, I'd rather go somewhere. Like, take me to Disneyland. Like, what I'm gonna go do in the White House? This nigga Biden probably gonna pass out when you get there. So why would I want to go there?
He's gonna talk for a really long time.
Why do I want to do that? No, I was like, you better take me. Hey, put me on the jet at least. I'd rather go to the jet. Like,
man, they should get the LSU women's basketball team. Should get to have a barbecue with Obama and family and an all expense. Hold on, and an all expense. That's just because Angel said that's where she want to go. And an all expense paid trip to Vegas. That's what they should get.
Don't take them girls to Vegas.
Ghost. No, Ghost. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You can't take nobody to Vegas. I'm just gonna say it's more fun than being at Joe Biden's house because.
You know,
like a substitute teacher. Anyways,
And
But yeah,
mothballs.
and mothballs, and he gonna be talking real slow.
And gay and shit.
No,
Icy
I
hot.
think I'm glad that no one really stood behind the first lady when she said it. They released that little whack ass like press release. It was saltiness. It hurts, but I think the bigger picture that we need to look at the biggest picture that we need to look at this whole situation is like sports mixes a lot of people. And like some people don't understand the nature of talking shit and shit talk and how it goes down. And so a lot of the people were crying, and even Caitlyn herself, from my understanding, was like, yo, like I was ignoring it because shit, like the great Steph Curry said, sometimes you shimmy and sometimes you get shimmied. And when you getting shimmied on,
with it.
yeah, no, it's everybody else did. And I think that's what sports makes the people that you have to understand. Like your favorite player is gonna lose. Like when Luka missed that layup and it rolled off the rim, and Devin Booker ran up and said, "That shit is trash." I was like, man, I hate that shit, but he had a right to do it. Like he had a right to do it because that shit was trash.
He got stared down last year.
You know what? Exactly. You see these bags in my eyes. I'm a Mavs fan. Shit rough. But no, but I think that's what happened. A lot of people were just like, they take it's rude. It's what sports is rude, bro. Like if I drain a shot on you, I got the right to look at you like, and if you drain one on me, you got the right to look at me like you garbage. Like it's what sports is. To the victor goes the spoils.
It's the nature of the sport. Like in no sport ever, there's no shit talking. And the one thing you got to understand is that if you are a shit talker in sports, you're putting a target on yourself. People are going to seek you out. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to give it back. So that's like me signing up. And I know this is two completely different things, but this is like me signing up to go to war, and I'm mad that I get shot. It's like, dude, this is the common knowledge, the understanding.
Yeah,
this is what you sign up for. You know, it's like, hey, if you talk shit.
And to me, to the people out there that was mad at Angel and the LSU women, get mad at Caitlyn, because that's the reason why I started liking Caitlin Clark is because she got that dog. Like when she hit them threes and looked at the crowd and was like, "Yes, I am her." Like I was like, "Yes." Like when she waved
and she waved,
like
I was like this.
Yes, yeah. Like I always tell anybody, sports is a kill or be killed field. No matter what field, court. Whatever you're on, it is killed or be killed. That's the mentality of sports. So like I'm glad that Caitlyn wasn't mad about it. I'm super glad that that Angel had that in her heart because sports is about that, and I hope that we get to see them battle for years to come.
Exactly.
Like I love it. I love it all. And to those that were mad about Iowa losing, you just fucking lost. So that's what it is.
I had to go back too because I was just like, because I saw when she did the first half. Shout out to my boy John Cena. When I saw her do it,
shout out to Tony Yayo. You know that we have to give love to the originator and the creator.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm gonna have to give it to Cena. But no, I get you.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna have to give it to Cena. Hey, Cena started it.
No, it's lies. What?
Cena started. You can't see me.
Young Tony, you can't spell NY without the yayo, nigga. Come on, boy. You better stop playing. Man. Do you know that belonged to Tony Yayo?
Nah, this.
What was doing that in the sun? No, Ghost is bullshit because he likes wrestling more than anything else.
I'm watching AEW right now.
I was just like, oh yeah, shit, I should be watching that.
I'm saying, you know, Ghost is gonna give it to the wrestler.
I was just like, oh shit. Then I saw everybody else doing it. I said, oh, they got that shit from Cena. So if Yayo started, okay.
Ghost. There's one thing I know, you know, that's NBA basketball from ways away, especially early 2000s. And you know, what was his name? He played for the Suns. He was hitting. He played for the Suns and the Clippers. He hit it too in the league. Damn, I can't remember my man's name. 3-point shooter.
But I just remember Cena doing it at 03, so I was just like, oh, there we go.
But that wasn't no.
But anyway,
G Unit. I think Yayo did it like in the G Unit days, so it's probably around the same time. Maybe around the same time.
But I'm just like, all right, I'm like, you can't see me, and that's what everybody getting an attitude about. Because I had to think, I'm like, did she go back and flick her off or something? Did she do the Tiger Woods and hand her a towel?
I mean, she did call her a hoe too. She said some other things, but it was all in good nature of competition. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the things
if
that
they just know what the hell I call people out on that field whenever I played.
Man,
if you hear what I call people when I'm playing fucking PlayStation,
bruh. And that's the crazy thing. The people out here crying and get on the mic on the Xbox or PlayStation and say some of the most wild. I helped run a Madden league. You would not. Some of the most wild shit you have ever seen said to a human being. Ghost, you know about that ONG. Boys be wild, and you be like, "What in the fuck is wrong with y'all? This is a computer game."
My son, 14-year-old, he got in the 2K league. I'm like, they were like, okay, well, you know, if you can let him have, if he can be in his league, we'll be good with him. You know, we'll take care of him. I said, no. My son is the biggest shit talker in the world, especially when it comes to 2K. Like, I be in him play 2K, and I just come out the room like, what'd you just say? Oh, my God. Who are you talking to? Oh, God. I'm like, mute the mic.
Like, bro, them kids be saying the wild shit that we used to be like, nah, I ain't gonna go that far. They let that shit ride. They let it baka. They send the shots like, damn.
But yeah, man, it's just like, and I'm a person, I like to go to the comment sections because some people say some funny shit. Some people say some just completely asinine.
Me and Boogie are that guy that just I'm just here for the comments.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. And I've seen the trolling, and I've seen the people that were intentionally trying to tote that racist line of things and stuff like that. But that they don't even have goddamn real pictures and shit like that. So I can't even respect them. They just doing the shit to just to get a rise and get some attention because they ain't getting it at home. Go jerk your dick, bitch.
No, yes.
So,
hold on, wait. Oh no! Oh no! Oh
no! Look, man. Look, if you was one of them people that was like, that was salty about the shit, man, and your ass don't understand the intricacies that
like how granddad
yeah. So if you don't understand the nuances and shit like that of shit talking, maybe you should just shut the fuck up, okay? And enjoy the fucking the competition. Or if you don't really like competition, bitch, go watch fucking Home Shopping Network, go fucking HTV, or go fucking watch some goddamn Real Housewives or some shit. Leave the sports to the real motherfuckers, okay? The niggas that understand the shit. All right, stop sitting there. Yeah, stop sitting there and start trying to fuck up our shit because you over here, you a tender dick ass motherfucker and shit. All right,
my nigga done turned into Pimp C on these motherfuckers. Tell them fuck come with it.
And these are those motherfuckers that, and I group all you together, you participation trophy motherfuckers. Everybody don't have fun. Only one. This is Highlander, nigga. It can only be one. Okay, there can only be one. And you know what happened? Either you win or you die. All right, and that is how it goes. Okay.
And that's on the court. That's on the field. That's on the diamond. That's everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Oh, it
wherever competition exists, and I guarantee your ass ain't gonna exist there.
Oh, you already know. You catch me on the domino table, I'm beating everybody. Where's my camera? I'm beating everybody. I don't care. I'm beating everybody. I don't care if you from Dallas. I don't care if you from the east side of Houston and you think you know how to play dominoes. If you hop on the domino table, I'm beating everybody.
And shit talking is coming with it.
It's coming with it all day.
Don't let it be spades. Families have been ended over spades. Okay? So don't sit there and be like, oh, everybody gotta have fun. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Before we finish the college, I gotta give a big shout out to you, Ghost, because I think you're the only person in America that can say your squad ran through a whole group chat. U of H, Indiana, and Texas.
I hope Dallas ain't watching this.
If he isn't, we gonna send him the clip. Talk your shit.
Hey, they did, and like I said, they ran through it, and it's not like, hey, like I said, my fandom from Miami comes from Miami football. When I'm like, all right, if they college teams in there, I'm gonna root for them because they in there. But it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like Miami was this powerhouse, just been ongoing like Duke or North Carolina. These niggas just came along 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So, hey, they did run through. They had a nice little Cinderella run, I'd say. I mean,
Hey, they not
it
who?
was the ACC, so I can't really say Cinderella because that's one of the top conferences.
Y'all had my
for
pops
basketball.
mad. I ain't
So
gonna lie,
it's
y'all had Papa Johnson mad as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I was mad too. But yo, hey, nah, man, my man was in this bitch like. But Miami did that to everybody because Miami just wasn't missing fucking shots. So,
It wasn't.
but shout out
And
though,
then,
man.
and
you
then
know
they
what I'm
ran
saying?
to UConn. And then I said,
Hey.
I'm watching WrestleMania.
I ain't gonna lie, Ghost. I did the same shit too, though. Right?
Hey, ain't much more you can do, man. Ain't much more you can do. Shout out to college
Chief.
basketball.
Shout out to
college.
Shout out to the Tribal Chief, man.
Hey, no. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me, all right? Just like we gotta acknowledge LSU and Angel Reese and everybody else. And yeah, man.
Bro, you call her Anus Reese?
I said I got it mixed up, dog.
I didn't say no Anus.
Yeah, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. This shit got me a little flustered, dog. You know.
Hey, look, hey.
Oh shit.
Hey, Boogie probably took a little drink. That's why he mad. You know what I'm saying?
Look angry now. Hey man, this shit got me kind of flustered, man. I'm sweating underneath my hat and shit, dog.
Oh, shit.
Another motherfucking thing.
That nigga said Creole chaos.
But nah, man, shit like that just annoys me. It's like, dude, like if you don't understand how sports and shit like that works, save your.
It is annoying. It's
annoying. It's like, dog, go cry somewhere else. Go cry over fucking Real Housewives.
Because a true shit talker, when he loses, he'll keep talking shit, but he'll be like, you got me. Yeah. You still sorry in the bitch. Yeah. Like a true shit talker, you have the blade to his neck and be like, any last words? You ain't shit, pussy. Like, you ain't shit, pussy. If you was, you would have killed me and wouldn't have let me talk. Now my last dying words is gonna ring out to your ears.
Like you talk shit like, hey, you doing my ass on the court. We playing in the court. And you know what I'm saying? You just doing me in talking shit. Okay. But don't let me hit that game winner to put you off the court. Because I could have went 0 for 14.
Bruh.
Why make that game winner?
Yes.
Bro,
it's the energy of sports.
All that don't matter.
Nothing. It's the energy of sports. Yep. It's the energy of sports, dog. Like, I love it.
I sent you home. Bye-bye.
What was the greatest one? The greatest one of possibly the past 5 years. Kawhi. Pause. Dink. You did matter, nigga. You lose.
Pose.
Bro, pose. Like, bro, like that was that. Hey, nothing else you did matters. You played a great game, but guess what? You got to go home. Bye.
Joel crying,
bruh. But you know what Joel did? We're gonna get into it later. Drop 50, but go ahead. We can get into the next.
Okay, so all right, so what we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to the NFL. Gotta go scroll down because Chris got this shit everywhere.
The flex. NFL flex. I'm alone again. I don't think I'm alone. There we go.
All right, so yeah, we're just gonna have to do it like this. So NFL time, baby. So let's go ahead and get into our we got a start bench cut here where we're talking about.
Hold on, Boogie. I just want to say before you do this, you racist, bro. You making me look bad, nigga. All right, I'm gonna wait. Ghost, you are only hope because I know. Go ahead.
What I do?
You know who's gonna get cut.
I know. But I had to take the top 3 guys. I had to take the top 3 guys.
You should have put Anthony in that hole to make us look like, you know what I'm saying, more or less like biased.
I just took the top 3 guys, right? So I didn't really move them off. So that really, does that make me a racist?
We're not racist, America.
I put it in there. I was like,
hey, America's racist, so nigga.
Yeah. Racist, American is apple pie.
Yeah, get how you live. Shit, what the fuck you mean? No, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just saying I ain't gonna apologize to a place that ain't about apologizing.
You know, I just took the top
I ain't got my 40 acres or my mule. Go ahead.
You know, I just took the top 3 guys, in the draft. So look, we got to start bench and cut with 3 quarterbacks, the top 3 quarterbacks, projected quarterbacks in the draft: CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, and Will Levis. So we're gonna go ahead. We'll just go with Ghost here. So who would you start? Who would you bench? And who would you cut? And
Levis is cut. Right off the back, Levis is cut. Levis is cut. I'm sorry. Look, you know what?
Ghost, you sound like the high school coach that just look at a kid. You can't play for me.
You can't play.
But you can't play for me.
Look, if this was what 2000, 99, mid 90s, with your arm strength alone, okay, we can see what we can do for you. But no, he's cut. Now between Stroud and I was at work thinking about this hard. I was just like, all right, who would I want to take? I mean, I would have to say, honestly, I would go with Stroud. And excuse me on this. I will start Stroud and I will bench Bryce Young. Just for the simple fact that I think, Stroud does. I mean, arm talent is not all necessarily about arm talent, but I still need that quarterback to be able to go ahead. And if I need that deep bomb, you can get it. His arm strength is a little bit better than Bryce Young's. And I just think when it comes down to that and with their other tools, I would much rather start CJ Stroud. Now, of course, that's taking a chance on that because that's an Ohio State quarterback, and we've seen what Ohio State quarterbacks have done in the league. Jack shit.
Fields is promising. Fields is promising.
Yeah, okay, other than Fields. But who's old boy who won the Heisman and got drafted in the 5th round? What was his name? Was it something Miller?
Braxton Miller.
Yeah, Braxton Miller. Braxton Miller, yeah.
He was just an athlete. He was a football player.
Yeah. So I mean, I would go with Stroud. Bryce Young, he's that dude. He's that dude. You know what I'm saying? I watched him. I was just like, okay, he's that guy. Fuck the height, fuck whatever else you call, but he's that dude. But I think I would have to go with Stroud just because I honestly think he may have a little bit more intangibles. That's just my opinion.
That Georgia game mattered to Ghost. I was there in the chat. That Georgia game mattered to Ghost. No, that Georgia game mattered to Ghost. Yeah, that Georgia game. I saw that Georgia game,
and I was just like, hey, this dude's the truth. You can't go wrong with either one of them. But like I said, after I watched him in that Georgia game, I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with Stroud. So that's me. But, hey, you can interchange them out. You really can, but just for me, I'm going to go ahead and start Stroud.
You want me to? Right. You want me to go?
Oh, you go.
Go ahead, cut Levis.
Okay. So, you know what? My boy Willie Jeans does. Yeah, okay. So before the world catches on, I call him Willie Jeans. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So my boy Willie, if you don't know why, look at his last name. So my boy Willie Jeans got to get cut. And if you know me, you know I like Willie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, but you got to get cut. Benching, I'm gonna bench CJ Stroud, and I'm gonna start Bryce, man. And this is why, man. I of all these evaluations and everything that we see, one thing stands true about Bryce Young over everybody. He's better at fucking quarterback than all these cats. He is like if Drew Brees and Kyler Murray had a baby and he was out there throwing footballs. He really is, bro. I believe he's that nice. Now, he is small frame and he's gonna be a guy that you're gonna have to cater to and take care of, but he's a franchise fucking quarterback. That's what you're gonna do anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think his size is gonna be a big issue. I think watching him this season, being able to diagnose the defense and make plays under pressure, he's got that kind of. Well, I don't even call it a Pat Mahomes. I really he's got that Drew Brees. I'm not gonna run, but I'll escape and launch it downfield and make. And you're a Saints fan, so you know what I'm talking about. Both of y'all are Saints fan. Got 2 of them on the. I'm gonna throw up gold. Smells like Bourbon Street here.
That was a pass interference.
It was 100%, and it was a helmet.
If y'all can agree, I'll agree.
Yes,
But like I told, okay, I'll agree. Boogie is pass interference. I told you laugh, but Boogie, me and Boogie have agreement. As long as Boogie said he didn't catch it, and Boogie would never say he caught it, and I was like, well, that shit ain't pass interference, my nigga. But as long as you admit it, hey, we good. That was pass interference.
Dez did catch that hoe. He did.
No, he did, and it was pass interference. Real shit, it was.
That boy Dez hit that hoe, and that hoe was twiddling. I said, nah, it ain't touching the ground. That bitch right there. He got that hoe.
Man, why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about this?
I'm sorry.
I threw it off the rail.
Could you? I'm just saying. Think about what they took from us.
Yeah.
It was what people don't think about. Everybody talks about the catch, no catch, whatever. It was 4th and 10, people. Mm-hmm. It was 4th and 10, and Tony Romo let his nuts hang, and the nigga caught it. What? That would have gone down. That would have gone down as the most clutch play in playoff history that wasn't in the Super Bowl.
Let me talk about Tony Romo for a minute here. And people don't give him his due respect. And I remember when he played, I used to refer to him as a poor man's Brett Favre because
he was,
but he was more athletic. And one thing about Tony Romo was in the pocket, he had the most devastating move in the pocket for his time that he played. It was the fucking spin, the spin it off a defender.
But he hit J.J. Watt with that hoe. Oh, that hoe was vicious.
You look at the people that he spun out of a sack. You got to give him his. You got to give it to him. Like you can't sit here and just be like, "Oh, Tony Romo never won the big one." No, Tony was cold. Tony will spin out on your ass if you try to get a sack, and he will run it for fucking 10 yards on your bitch.
Speaking of guys that could do that, that's what I like about Bryce Young. I just think that I think he's a hell of a football player, man. And I love Anthony Richardson. He's not on here, but I just think that Bryce Young is just better. And I think whoever picks him, probably Texans, I think that they will end up with a perennial AFC Championship, AFC second round divisional type leading team. Like I think he's just that. I think he's that good. But and y'all have the line, so you have, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all could. He's ghost. I feel you. We agree on what CJ Stroud did in that game, bro. Like he showed, amazing, like, bro. Yeah, but Bryce looks like he's just better. Like he's like on some like I'm like really. I don't think y'all know how good I am at this game and playing quarterback.
And I gotta get him. I gotta agree with Russ because that was going to be the same thing I was going to say. I'll have to bench CJ. And and it's just because I haven't really seen Ohio State quarterback actually succeed in the.
Y'all don't stop fucking with my nigga. Fields.
Well, hopefully this man complained about it's too cold.
Well, what Fields is that Fields was a transfer from Georgia. So
oh my God,
he's not ours. He's not ours. I can't claim him. But
you're gonna hold it against him.
It's like I can't fully give you the Ohio State thing. That's kind of like Ohio State claiming Joe Burrow. It's kind of like them. Yeah, it's kind of like them claiming Joe Burrow.
I feel you. They try. Yeah. I feel you.
And it's just like it's like. Yeah, but no.
No, actually, it's the reverse. It's like, it's the reverse because you don't want to give him to Ohio State.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, and it's just like
Ohio State claims him, and you're like, y'all claim him, but he really ain't y'all's. Like, Ohio State didn't claim Joe Burrow. They had that man as a quarterback to get hit in drills. So you know what I'm saying? Like he was the forgotten son, but. I feel you though. I just like when you say Ohio State quarterbacks, I understand it, but I look at Fields and I say like I think he's going like that prank that went out that April Fool's joke that went out. It got me too. That had like Fields number 1, it had like Danny Dimes number 2. It was crazy. Dak number 3. But I really when I looked at it, the other was bullshit. But I was like Fields really could be the best quarterback out the NFC in the next year or two.
I mean, look.
He really could be. And I'm not talking about the Chicago Bears being world beaters. I'm just saying from what I've seen him do with the scum he plays with, no offense to the other guys, but damn. They went out there and beat I know the 49ers lost their quarterback, but They beat the 49ers in the first game of the season. I know it was a rainstorm. I know it was crazy, but the Bears beat the 49ers the first game of the season. That's in no world nobody would have bet that to happen unless you live in Illinois.
Exactly,
still.
But even yet and still, man. But shout out to Will Levis, because he ain't really, he's not bad. It's just it's just that in this particular class, it's a lot of athletic guys here that can sling it.
But guys, I will say this: out of all these three guys, and I think Ghost, you've seen me say this. Boogie, I've said this on the other pods. Like, I do think this is a class that's going to have multiple guys.
Yeah.
They're going to lead their guys in a deep playoff run. I think this is going to be one of those classes. Like this is going to be another. Like, we talk about the '96 NBA draft class. I think that this is going to be one of those quarterback draft classes, because we're not even talking about Hendon Hooker. We're not even talking about him, and he could be the dad. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he could end up being better than everybody out of here.
You could be. That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. Usually with those quarterbacks too is usually that quarterback that probably goes late. That's hey, he's the one that ends up like, man, hey, he just led us to the Super Bowl. He in his rookie year, he done threw for 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So that could be the case. And like you said, no disrespect to Levis. It's just what you look at, what you see on TV, and what you look at on paper. You got to go with those two.
Yep. Yeah, and I gotta confer. I gotta go with Stroud and Bryce Young. But to me, like I just said, like my guy that I want my team to get, if I had to get a quarterback in their position, I want them to get Hendon Hooker at the 30 spot.
That would be a good one for y'all. That would be a good one for y'all, because you could let him sit for a year, learn, and then unleash him. And he's that's really accurate, man. He's really accurate. That's the highest quality is in a quarterback. I don't care if you can throw it 90 yards. I need to know if you can throw it to where you need to throw it, and he can do that consistently. I don't care if the offense was easy. He can do it very consistently. Right. By the way, before we move on to the next, because I know we're about to move on to a little bit of NFL news. I mean, a little bit more NFL news. But since we talked a little bit about the draft, I will be releasing my mock draft on the Sports Sushi TikTok. Just letting people know.
All right, so
and if you're watching now and still watching, hit the like, subscribe, the motherfucking bell, because we's in this motherfucker. I don't know why I sound like Public Enemy, but shit.
All right, so there's a thing going around in the NFL where they're trying to flex Thursday night games, some to Saturday games and shit Sunday games, and it's kind of causing a uproar within the NFL and within the community as well, as far as the fans goes, because some fans the issue is this: some fans, they plan their games in months ahead of time, and they take off and they do this, do that, or if they have to travel. And the worst thing is that if you were to make these arrangements for this particular, like just say it's a Sunday game, and the NFL decides that this Sunday game is going to get flexed to a Thursday, now your fucking plans that you've been, making for months and ahead of time and shit like that is just kaput. So a lot of people are kind of upset about this, but what do you guys think about the NFL flexing these Thursday night games from Sunday to Thursday?
What you got, Ghost?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, personally, no, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I would keep it as is, like how they have it. Like you have that one Thursday night game. Because I mean, for years it's always been Sundays. Pretty much Sundays, and then towards the end of the season you get those occasional Saturday night games. I wouldn't do that. I mean, you could throw teams. I mean, you kind of throw teams training and just the whole. What's the word I'm looking for? Just the whole. Shit, I can't think of the word. But you just kind of throw everything off. I wouldn't do it. And don't they already got like a Black Friday game? They already said they're gonna start doing now. YouTube.
Yeah, I think I heard.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this, man. Like, as far as like a fan, I do like the fact that they want to try to flex better games in on Thursday night, because a lot of the times on Thursday night it do be some bullshit.
Okay,
so,
I was gonna say, like, what games are we talking about? Because
so
these last Thursday night games have been.
So basically, what they're gonna do is like, so let's say like, in y'all's case, so let's say like the Saints are having a really good season, the Cowboys having a really good season, and I don't know what the schedule is next year. So if they don't play, don't kill me. But let's say we playing like week 12. Let's say we're supposed to play on Sunday at 12 noon, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would then say, Saints Cowboys, y'all been flexed in to a Thursday night game. So like as a fan, I like it as far as like my Thursday night game is going to be dope because that's a better Thursday night primetime game.
Yeah.
That's a game you'd rather have on Thursday night primetime than 12 o'clock on noon, you know what I'm saying, on a Sunday. But at the same time, I'm a person that I try my best as a fan to think about the players as human beings. And so I think that like it would fuck up their ability to like, you know, their training, their recovery. So I think they'd have to have it like 3-4 weeks in advance. You know, I don't think this is something they could do like at a week in advance notice. Like you're gonna have to tell teams like, all right, we're at this moment in the season, both y'all are 8-4. Y'all are gonna be flexed in to this game in week, or you know, maybe not 8-4. Maybe both of y'all 5-1. Both of y'all gonna be flexed into this week 10 game. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, y'all motherfuckers still got a winning record. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it works for us in that regard if they do it like that. But I do think if they rush it and they tell teams with like 2 weeks notice or 3 weeks notice, we're gonna see matchups that we think we want to see, but players that aren't prepared to play them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I fear. But as a fan, I like it. As a person that thinks about the players' well-being, I do worry about the product and how it's going to look if the players aren't able to recover and be their best.
Yeah. Like you said, preparation is going to just kind of throw the whole preparation off. That's that's what's going to throw off. So I mean, as long as like you said, you give me 3-4 weeks in advance. You know, if I'm a player or team, whatever, then all right, we can go ahead and make that work. And not only that, because then I'm like, all right, if we play Thursday, you give us 3-4 weeks in advance, then I got 10 days off, to the next game. So, or if I got, you got a bye week coming up that next, after that Thursday game.
Or even this, if you if I was like, let's say y'all own like Ghost, y'all got 4 weeks, like at least or like you can be like, okay, so we call them the Saints and the Cowboys, y'all got 4 weeks. Let's call the Jets and the Dolphins, y'all got 4 weeks. Like so, whichever one of y'all's got the best records by this next Thursday, because they're professionals at the end of the day. Yeah. So like, if you tell four different sets or 8 different teams, hey man, look, y'all four games are scheduled in to be the best out of y'all 4 is going to be the one that we show. We're going to let y'all know in 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, which one is going to be the one. But we're going to let y'all 4 know 4 weeks ahead of time. So y'all basically got a month. And halfway through that month, we're going to let you know y'all 2 been selected so you can get ready. That way the fans can figure out, that way the NFL could be like, we put the best product out there. The players could have an advance notification that, hey, I need to have my ass ready. And then it also gives them the ability to say, hey, if certain teams fall off, we got 2 or 3 backup games. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be a great way to do it. But it's something that everybody just got to agree to try their best to make work. I think it's just going to take, that's all. But it ain't going to stop.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers can get them out here for look. The NBA about to have a fucking mid-season tournament, so I told y'all niggas, soccer's the blueprint. Yeah. I've been saying that for Ghost. You know me. I've been saying that shit for years. Soccer is the motherfucking blueprint.
And I think they're going to press on with this, despite the pushback and people are the complaining.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are like, well, what about the teams that? And like I know you said that sometimes you might get 10 days off, but on the other end. It might be a short week for a guy, for a team that, they might get their Sunday game flexed into a Thursday and they just get through playing on Sunday. And now they got, only like 4 days.
Yeah, that's true too. That's the flip side of it.
Yeah, and that's the other side of the coin. So, and that's where a lot of people are kind of, upset about because, like you said, like they could tell you 2 weeks out and, now you got to kind of look ahead when you shouldn't be looking ahead in the season. But the NFL is going to go ahead and they're going to make do and they're going to do what they want to do, and you just got to go ahead and got to just put your big boy pants on and just roll with it, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it's all about the amount of time they give them.
Oh yeah. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to the next subject we got. It is our Russ either or.
All right. You already know what it is. So it's the either or. You know what I'm talking about? So we got the either or this week. I got two players that we all like. Some players like to, you know what I'm saying, hate on one guy, but the either or today is Allen Iverson or James Harden. Now, I want everybody to take a step back before you make irrational decisions, before you make your choices. And I want you to remember the context of the either or is you have nobody else on your team. You have nothing else. You are the GM. You have one pick, and it's going to be him as your first pick, and you have to build around him after that. So I don't want to hear no Allen Iverson team was this and James Harden team was that. No. My team has Allen Iverson. Your team has James Harden. My team has James Harden. Your team has Allen Iverson, and I'm building around it. Which one do you want? You guys go.
Okay. I'm going Allen Iverson. I'm
going James Harden.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell you why I'm
going
Allen Iverson. All right. As a person growing up in Houston and stuff like that, people might say, "Hey, you can go with James Harden." The reason why I said AI is because I seen AI take his Philadelphia 76ers, where he was probably the only guy on his team, to the finals. And I mean a guy that's probably 6 foot flat, going into the trees.
5'10".
I was trying to give him some love, but going into the woods.
We grew up in that time. We know.
Yeah, into the trees, dog, of the Lakers with Shaq, Kobe, Rick Fox, Robert Ory, Derek Fisher,
Glenn Rice, I believe, was on that team.
I believe he was too.
I don't think Robert Ory was on that team though. I think Robert Ory came a couple years later because he was playing
2001. I think was he? I think he was.
He was on. He was on the Spurs later. Yeah, he was on that one. Didn't they have AC Green?
Probably.
Boy, they had a bunch of.
They had a lot of folks. But Allen Iverson was probably one of the greatest point guards that I grew up with. Which probably watching.
Technically a shooting guard.
Shooting point guard. But for me,
I'm not gonna lie, Boogie. He was a shooting guard. It's just that when you name his point guard, you're gonna be like Russell. Don't talk. Eric Snow was a point guard, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But
I'm adding points for AI.
Yeah. But AI, man, is pretty much the guy that I'm gonna pick in this one, because he has shown me, that he can be the only guy and take you to a championship. Didn't win, but he took you to a championship. Now James Harden, on the other hand, no, his play, like Kobe said, you can win in the regular season, but you cannot win a championship with that play style.
I love this one. What are you ready for me, Ghost? Or you want to elaborate on Harden?
I mean, you can go here. I'll go after you.
So this one, when I thought about it, my first mind, or I should say, my heart said Allen Iverson, because I was thinking about watching him as a kid. You know what I'm saying, and growing up watching him. But then my brain, my mind said no. It said James. I'm gonna go James Harden on this one, bro. And I know people are gonna talk about the heart, and I love AI, and AI is basketball culture. But Steph Curry is the only player, or is the one player, not one player. I'll say Steph Curry is the first player that we saw really break NBA mathematics. He broke the way the game was thought to be played, from inside out to outside in. He was able to complete the mission. And the only other guy that I've seen break basketball like that is James Harden, bro. Like I respect everything everybody else does, but there's only two players that you can really talk about in the history of the NBA, maybe three if you include Klay, that when they really start dribbling on the outside, and Klay don't dribble. So like when you think about guys dribbling on the perimeter and letting the shot go, and you saying, "Oh fuck," you let him release it. it's Steph and it's James. Like James was the definition of a bucket monster. Like it just Drano after Drano. He figured out the foul calls. He broke the game so much that people started hating him for being able to get to the foul line. My mind can't. I love Allen Iverson to death, and what you say is true. He took his team to the finals, but James Harden had to play against KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and a Warriors team that won 73 games, and that's before you get to the finals. Allen Iverson got to play against Vince Carter. That was the other team.
And
you know
if you think about it, honestly, Milwaukee Bucks probably should have won.
No. But see, that was going to be my next point. Mm-hmm. So Allen Iverson went one round and he beat Vince Carter. Vince Carter's Toronto Raptors team. And then in the next round, or I may have him flip-flop, but then he went ahead and he beat Big Dog Glenn Robb and Ray Allen. If you were to take Vince Carter, Glenn Robinson, and Ray Allen and put them on the same team, James Harden took that team to 6 and they should have won. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Chris Paul got hurt. People started missing a lot of shots. And I don't really put that all on. That's why when I put these head-to-heads up, I'm going to give y'all the stats in a second. I always say they're alone. James Harden, as much shit as I talk about that man in the playoffs and shit, that motherfucker like rearranged how the mathematics of basketball work. He rearranged how you play defense. Like he made people really think about every aspect of the game when you're playing against him, because no matter what you do, the end result with James Harden is going to be points. Mm-hmm. And if you go watch his videos, that's what it was. It was like no matter what you do, he going to pass it. Guy's going to be open. He'll go to the hole. He can Euro step, lay it up. He's big as fuck. He's like a running back. He going to lay it up over you. You're going to foul him. He going to hit his free throws. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit. He shoots step back threes better than anybody in the history of the NBA. Like, I have to go with James Harden because I believe he really, without the success of the finals, he really is the ultimate weapon.
And, you know, to piggyback off you, like you said, I thought about this. Like, I was just like, man, okay. With James, if you're talking, like you said, just taking them from what they are, you know, what they are now, or in their primes.
In their prime. No, in their prime. You can take the best version of themselves.
Like, you know, like we can say, like, you know, off the court, you know, everybody loved Iverson. Little white kids was coming with headbands and shooting sleeves, you know. Iverson transcended. And to a certain extent, James Harden did too, because I would see little white kids with like little beards, you know, like little long beards at the Houston Rockets game.
My nigga, James Harden is responsible for the step back jumper.
Exactly. And like you said, he kind of broke it was like he was a scientist. That's what it was. Like you said, AI got a lot of free throws too, but what was his free throws from? It was him just colliding with people.
Yeah.
Going up. James Harden found a way where he could either slither, he'll pull the ball down here, you know, from his bottom, like, you know, by his legs, and draw a foul, to draw contact. Like you said, he would hit that Euro at 6'5", 225, you know, hit the Euro deceptively fast, can handle the ball. Like, granted, he didn't have the AI, just had the basic high, you know, and the crossover was there. You knew what Iverson was doing, and he still broke you off.
Did it, yeah.
I mean, James Harden was not that fast with, but you know what? He'll break you down off the dribble.
I think
they hit you with that step.
And he'll dunk on you. And he can
dunk on you, you know. Like, he wasn't athletic as Iverson, but he can still dunk on you.
And he going with the left. And I think he is more athletic. Well, never mind.
Iverson was more athletic.
No, Allen Iverson could play quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah,
but
and everything. But I think also like what
or DB, he may not have been a quarterback, but he could have played.
James Harden is more of a point guard than Iverson.
I mean, they're both shooting guards.
11, 12. Iverson was getting them Westbrook, you know, assist. I'm gonna drop it off to you. Oh, I'm gonna kick it out. You're going to hit that open shot. Like, you better hit that open shot. James Harden is setting his teammates up. Even now, you know, in his decline, he's more of a player. He's leading the league in assists.
We don't get on that. We don't say the D word.
But so that's why I'm going to go with James Harden. James Harden, like you said, he was a scientist at work.
Yeah, let me give you these stats real quick, because these are really close, and You get to see the nature of why I picked them. So NBA championships, of course, neither of them had any. They both have played 14 seasons up to this point. James Harden has played in 13 playoffs, Allen Iverson in 8. Now, the reason why that to me stood out is because we always talk about James Harden teams as well, like not being as good. 13 playoff appearances in 14 years. He's only not made the playoffs one time. And that's something to be said about that. All-Star games, James Harden has had 10. Allen Iverson has had 11. That kind of made sense to me as well. MVPs, both have 1. Now, all NBA first teams, James Harden has 6. Allen Iverson has 3. All NBA teams, just total selections, they're both tied at 7. Don't ask me Boogie, don't ask me Ghost, but for some reason, every time I put these out, the numbers are so close. I do my research. Call me Black Himbo. Anyway, so we got scoring leader. James Harden led the league in scoring 3 times. Allen Iverson did it 4. Assist leader, James Harden did it once. Allen Iverson did not do it at all. But steals leader, because we all know James Harden don't play no defense. Steals leader, Allen Iverson did that 3 times. James Harden did not do that at all, and I don't think he gives a fuck about that. Allen Iverson was a Rookie of the Year. If y'all need anything else, we got points per game, 2-point differential, rebounds per game, 2 rebound differential, assists per game, 1 assist differential, steals per game, it's 1 assist differential, blocks per game, 0.5 to 0.2. Their total points are 24,679 for James Harden and 24,368 for Allen Iverson. Really even, guys. We can go down the list, but to me, it just is a matter of like what my eye test tells me. If I have nobody else and I just have them 2, I know for a fact no matter what team I build around prime James Harden, he's going to go get buckets.
And 2016 to 2019, James Harden was probably the most offensive juggernaut that you probably seen in the game.
Yeah.
Those 3 years, like if you look at those 3 years, offensively, it was another level. And you're just
you're right.
And like you said, he's doing it was just like a Euro. He's with a step back, manipulating the game to get to the line. Like he was an offensive juggernaut. Granted, yeah, defense, whatever you want to say, but watching him in those 3 years, that 3-year span,
yeah, that was crazy.
Really reason to watch. Like it was against? I think it may have been like a 2018-19 game against Golden State. Yeah. When they were going back and he hit
that shot over Draymond Green when it crashed into him and 1-3. Get the fuck off my nuts, bro. Yeah, nah, he had it at that point in time. He had the NBA in his palm of his hand, and there was nothing you could do about James Harden. He was a problem. But shout out to both. That's the either or. Pick your either or. Put it in the comments. Like, subscribe. You know what I'm talking about. Hit that bell. Bing. That's what it is. Boogie, hit one more time. Either or.
All right. So that was our either or. So we're going to go ahead and go to the NBA. So check it out, man. The NBA Gulag. Gulags is up.
We going to keep the name going. The Gulag. Y'all going to get them in a fight.
Yeah. The NBA Gulags, a.k.a. the play-ins, is coming up, is upon us. So we had this slated to talk about it last week, but we went over, every time Lamar Jackson comes up and Chris is here, it gets out of hand.
Very racist.
I'm not racist. I just have to have a personal opinion.
I'll just let it. I want to get started. You had a couple drinks in them.
All right. Okay, man. So the NBA playoffs, play-ins. I'm sorry.
Gonna do it.
The NBA play-ins are upon us, man. So let's talk about a couple of matchups that are potentially some teams that are going to be involved in this in the NBA Gulags. I love that. I like calling it that.
It's the Gulag, bro.
It's the Gulag, bro.
If you been and all of us are throwing rocks from the hoop niggas hoop like we hoop for your life. I feel like Adam Silver should come on a raggedy ass boat surrounded by fog and look like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat and say, "It's begun!" And every time that yeah, boogie with the eyes roll back. Like, yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I love it. At first we talk shit about the play-in, but nah, the NBA gulag is shit, nigga. Fight for your position.
All right, man. Well, look, I'm trying to find when these damn play-ins actually start. God damn.
I think they start the last couple of games Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so. I was gonna go over the standings. Now I was gonna say Mavericks trying to fight to get in the gulag, the Thunder trying to fight to stay in the gulag, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, and the motherfucking Lakers. What have I told y'all? If that old nigga gets up in these motherfucking playoffs, there's one last trick for this old dog, and Braun ain't playing with y'all. Don't let him do it. He gonna Anthony Davis gonna be walking in the team facility. They're going to get lunch, and Braun gonna walk up behind him and just stab him in the back with a syringe. Ah, what is that? HGH, nigga. You ain't gonna get it. You lasting up. You lasting all.
Hey, he's all about this from when I was in Miami.
You gonna last these playoffs.
That's what she said. You gonna last, nigga. And you go last. Hey, man, hey. That nigga Braun, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've been saying for the longest, like, if they let this motherfucker sneak up in these offs, Braun gonna make it to a Western Conference Finals championship. I really think if they let him sneak up in this bitch, it's gonna be like him and the Nuggets on the, you know what I'm saying, trying to play whoever else come out the East.
I'm trying to well, the standings. Who's slated to get in the East?
So we got the play-in is slated to have the Thunder, the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, and the Lakers. The teams that have set their spots right now, as of today, the Nuggets are number 1, Grizzlies are number 2, Kings number 3, Suns number 4, Warriors number 5. Andrew Wiggins is coming back, and the Clippers are 6th. But again, they do not have Paul George. But it doesn't seem like to be too much of a problem because they've been steady with the 5 and 6 position for a little bit.
Okay.
If y'all need the East, just let me know.
Hey, Westby's back.
Hey,
Westbrook done got his
I'm going to sit back and say this: if he manages to make a run in the playoffs with Kawhi, I will shut the fuck up. I'll give you Brody, Ghost. But until that day, what did the great philosopher Wayne say? I'm gonna be living like it ain't that day, my nigga. I know the real words is I'm gonna be living like it is that day, but I'm gonna be living like it ain't that day because they ain't gonna be fucked up if he's gonna do Braun like this and go in Kawhi and get a run going. It's not happening.
They're right. And speaking of which, they up right now, 37-31 against LA. End of the first.
Oh.
Westbrook 4-7, 10 points.
End of the what?
End of the first.
Okay, they got 3 more.
Oh yeah.
Lakers been notorious to shut down in the fourth, though. That's the thing. Very notorious.
Boy, Braun smell it. He knows. I got 3 years left. I got 3 to 4 years left. And maybe 5. And only two of them gonna be years I can really get to the championship. Not saying which 2, but only 2 of them gonna be years I can get to the championship. Please believe he got 4, and he trying to get to that magic number. I don't know if he's gonna get there, but he's trying to get to that magic number. And then but the Warriors are getting Andrew Wiggins back, so be afraid.
Be very, very, very afraid.
Oh, can I say this though? While we're on the West, because I know we're probably gonna talk about the Eastern standings too. While we're on the West, to dear Dallas Mavericks fans for life, MFFLs out there, you know, as we sit back and as we read, Mark Stein has reported that, you know, Kyrie's interested in staying. He wants to stay. Basically, he wants to stay. Cuban wants to keep him. I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, and I've been a Dallas Mavericks fan for all my life. So I'm going to say something that's going to rub some Dallas Maverick fans the wrong way. We're entering a changing of the guard, people. That Hickory, Indiana, Hoosier, underdog bullshit, we are getting out of that. It's not Kyrie's fault, and it is not Luka's fault. The rest of these guys on this team are not that good. Point blank, period. And we need to get rid of them to get other guys that can play. Because when you have two guys that can switch it on and off and say, tonight I'm going to get 40 and tonight you're going to get 25 and assist, and they go back and forth, I'm done hearing this whole like, oh, Kyrie's a bum or Kyrie's not that good or it's his fault or that we aren't the sixth. We would have had a sixth place team that would have lost to the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, the Kings possibly in the playoffs. Point blank period, because we didn't have the star power.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this because of course, hey, I love Kyrie. To me, with y'all having them both for us, I wanted to see it work, but I just don't think it will, man. Like, and the reason I say this, I mean, they're one and the same player, pretty much. And no matter how you look at it, you can never, ever win that way if you're one and the same players. Like, think about, when Iverson got traded to Denver. Him and Melo was the number one, number two scorers in the league. That one long year he was there, and they got swept by the Spurs. They played the Spurs, got swept. Like, the reason KD can fit in so well wherever he goes, because KD doesn't need to dominate the rock. KD can go ahead and get you 14, off of 30 points off of 14 shots. And, he can catch it off. He can come off the ball. If you need him to handle it, he'll handle it. Believe me, from just a standpoint of just watching the Mavericks, I love them. I love Luka, love Kyrie. But, yes, they don't have people around them, but I just think with that dynamic, I don't think it's going to work.
So let me ask you this. Yeah. Because I hear that from people.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you watched them, and I've been watching the Mavericks games, and so I can clearly tell people this, that the offensive prowess of the Mavericks is not affected. It's actually greater with them two on the court. Now, if I were to ask someone to watch basketball, it's not Kyrie's fault that we can't get a rebound, and it's not Luka's fault. No,
not at all. It's not his fault.
And so what I'm saying is to the people that say they don't think it'll work,
mm-hmm.
I say this. If you build the team around two guys to where instead of having a bunch of dudes that at one point in time, Dwight Powell, whose job is to get rebounds, had his back to the basket and his arm the opposite way.
Yeah.
We've got guys that can't cover backdoor cuts. And yes, maybe you can say, well, it's y'all's fault for getting rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. But the thing I'm thinking is that one guy had us in one spot. The team we were last year was the best that we were going to be, and we weren't that good because we lost Jalen Brunson. The only way to improve that is to get a guy like Kyrie Irving, and I don't blame those two guys or think they don't work together because I believe Luka can run any offense, and he's shown that he can. He's shown he can facilitate. My problem with the Mavericks is I can't sit here and count those two guys out. If I look at a team and when I watch the game, Christian Wood's not playing in the post. He's not getting rebounds. He's not playing post defense. JaVale McGee's busting his ass trying to do what is needed, which is why he came out and said, you got professionals and you got good basketball players. Like the Mavericks got a bunch of guys on the team that don't want to do the dirty work when you have guys that are that good. The Cavaliers, when they had LeBron and Kyrie and any other team that had a duo, you had dirty work guys, real true to life. Tristan Thompson, it was like, I ain't here to score. If Kyrie throws me oop or Bron throws me oop, I'm going to dunk it. If I get a rebound.
I think when it comes to that, I don't know, mate. I don't know if it's just a mentality thing or it's just mental. I just think Kyrie's, like, for some reason, he just plays better with Bron. Like, even when he was with KD.
But why?
Now, it's just something about maybe him playing with Bron. I think it's just maybe.
No, but what is it about Bron, though? Because Luka, without the athleticism, that's what you're looking at. Luka's like if Bron and James Harden had a weird kid. And another thing is when you watch Kyrie with Harden, when they had their time together, it was a good time together. I think the Mavericks' main problem is not the two stars, which is why I love the fact that the GM came out and said, our problem is not Kyrie, our problem is not Luka. Our problem is the guys around them don't know how to play with them. Now I call them bums and things like that, but that's a team that needs a rehaul. It just needs to say, okay, you got these two guys, because I believe at any given point Luka can facilitate. So Luka can sit there and say, I can go out here and get 30 points and like 15 assists, and Kyrie, you can go score 40. Like, he could do that. And the only other person that we know that can do that in the league is who? LeBron James. So, like, the matching is a good match. The problem is the team. The problem is, and this is not saying Luka's LeBron. It's talking about offensively the way he plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now defensively, you need to build your team and the players on the outside around. You got to build them around the two players. I think it's kind of a shell shock situation because as a Dallas Mavericks fan, like we haven't had a team with two guys like this where we have to do that. We've always had the raw underdog team that's got one good guy and it's got a lot of guys that can hoop around them. Not really any all-stars, and we're always fighting from the bottom. And what I want to say, my main point to Dallas Mavericks fans is we're done with that shit. Like, this year may turn out not to be what you want, but I'm glad that we're tired of this shit. Like, we're not going into that age of one guy taking your top. No. We have two of the best players in the NBA, and we are going to build around them, and so I'm going to trust that we build around them. And if we make the play-in, motherfuckers might be in trouble because no one can stop our offense. And then he goes, you watch the games. Our offense is not. No one can stop it.
It is. Like, it's just, like, and like you said, probably, too, that's what it is. You probably just need those other pieces around you.
They do. Badly.
And, you know, like I said, I'm just looking at it. Like I said, I'm not looking at a Dallas Maverick fan. I'm just looking at it as, like, okay, just from seeing what I can see, like, from just two, I won't say ball, well, yeah, they're ball dominant, but they still work with one another. Like, it just never worked. Like, even with Tatum and Brown, you know what I'm saying? The attorney at law. Like, I mean, they still work well off of each other. You know, like, but they still also have the they still got
Tatum and Brown. Dum.
You know what I'm saying? But they still got those pieces. And you're right, maybe that's what it is. Maybe like once y'all get those kind of those glue guys, maybe like
they need role players. They need different. They need different role players that play a different style. Eastern Conference, y'all?
All right, so for the Eastern Conference, already clinched their play-in berths are Atlanta, Toronto, and Chicago. I think Miami and Brooklyn might be playing for the last play-in spot. Yeah. But Orlando, Indiana, Washington, Charlotte, and Detroit all have been eliminated.
Yep. Oh, I was going to ask y'all one question because the East is pretty much set. We're just going to watch it. Yes. I just have one question. Bench, cut, start. Or I should say championship. Nah, bench, cut, start. The person that starts the champion. That's how it's gonna go. Bucks, Celtics, 76ers. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with.
That's what's gonna come down to. Who you got? Because I think the Cavaliers are gonna make a mess. But
I got Boston going.
I got Boston too. I got the law firm. What about you, Ghost? I know he going. Why?
I want to say between Boston and Milwaukee, especially because Greek Freak has done it. He's been there. He's won it. Middleton is coming along now. He is coming along. OG Bobby Portis. You know what I'm saying? You got Drew. But
he gonna go away from the Bucks? Wait a minute, America. Hold up. Wait a minute. I for sure thought he was going. Oh, if he said 76ers.
No, not at all. That's not happening. That's not happening. You know what? I'm gonna stick with the Bucks because how many years have we seen Boston do this? How many, like, either conference finals, NBA championship? How many years? Like, if you think about it, they've been doing this since 2018. That year they made it to the conference finals. This has been going on since 2018. Like, eventually you got to break through.
I mean, they did go, but I mean, it's like, I feel you. But I just think that, man, it's going to be good to watch. I can't really disagree with you because I think the Bucks are the best team in the East right now. Mm-hmm. But I do think that when it comes down to it, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to be a little bit too much. I just like those two, man. I think I'm just playing favorites. I love those two.
That's what it is. Like you said,
I know Drew gonna lock a nigga up. Like that's why I know he is, and he gonna come out here in the playoffs, and the Bucks gonna need someone to get 20. He gonna get 35.
And look, this is coming from People don't know this. Even though I love Kawhi, I mean, I love certain players. This is coming from a fan at heart, a Bulls fan, and I'm
Oh
going with the
God, here we
Bucks.
go.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just like Greek freak.
Who you got? Who you got, Boogie?
I got Boston. I got Boston going. I got I'm gonna do Boston starting. I'm gonna cut 76ers and bench Milwaukee.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's
I
what
feel
I'm
you.
going.
Me and
That's
Boogie
what
on
I'm
the same page.
You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
So speaking of the 76ers, before we wrap it up, Boogie, go ahead and let them know what's next.
We got the MVP race is coming down to the final minutes just like the show. So we got the MVP race coming down. I think it's Joel Embiid and it's going to be out of Joker again, isn't it?
Yeah, Joel Embiid and Joker's who we got. So basically, what's up with it, y'all? Who y'all got, man? What's up?
I said it once on the either or. I got to stick with it, man. I got Joel, man. I got to stay consistent.
I feel you.
Got to stay consistent.
What you got?
I have to go. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Joel. Just everything these last couple of weeks, like what he's done. He just dropped a 50-piece chicken nugget. I'm gonna have to go with him. And lately it seems like Yoke has just been kind of. So I'm gonna have to go with Joel. I think he's kind of stole. He stole these last couple of rounds. If you want to put in like boxing terms, he stole these last couple of rounds. So I'm gonna have to go with Embiid.
I'm gonna say this because I fuck with that, Boogie, that you said it on the either or, and you got to stick with it. And even though if I'm building a team, I do like Joker. I just like Joker. But this year, this MVP, even though I'm so mad at Joel Embiid as a fan, as a person, do whatever the fuck you want, Joel. But as a fan, I didn't get to watch it, and I really wanted to see him play against Joker. He did drop 42 on Joker earlier this season. I do think as far as this season is concerned, I think Joel Embiid should have the MVP wrapped up. I think he deserves I think he deserves over Giannis. I think he deserves it over Joker. I think he deserves it over anybody else that you want to put there. I don't really think there's that much more to put on top of that. Like, I don't, like you said, Joker hasn't really been wowing us too much, but Embiid has been putting on an exhibition of basketball at the center position that's to be marveled at. So I think that this is the year that he does deserve it. Now, when you get in the playoffs, big boy, you and James and Maxey and J. Cole got to get it done. Tobias Harris, I got to get it done.
But no, man. I got to stick with Joel on this one. I do think that it's his time. That he's due to get this MVP. He's gotten close, but Joker has edged him out. But hopefully, man, Joel will take this one home.
And I'll say this before we close out. The finals matchup that I think we deserve, but we don't even know that we really deserve or want. Nobody's talking about it.
What's that?
Denver versus Philly, man. That shit would go 7 games and would be the best finals that we've seen in the past, like probably 4 or 5 years.
I can see
we would be blessed to get that big man on big man for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Maxey, what's my boy for? Ghost, help me out. Denver guard Murray. Maxey versus Murray. Maxey versus Murray. MPJ versus Tobias Harris.
Yeah,
that'd be a good ass basketball series, man.
It definitely would. That would. And like, just when I watched the highlights of Embiid, granted, everybody loves Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Embiid may be probably one of the most skilled big man center to ever play the game, and that includes Olajuwon.
He probably number 2.
Skill wise, the last time a finals championship had a big men square up, that was what Rockets in Orlando.
Like you talking about like 2 big men that were the main stars, or just 2 cold?
Yeah, like wasn't it Hakeem and Shaq?
I mean, it was Hakeem and Shaq when they were both like at the top of the game.
I remember they made the double-decker taco around that time.
Yeah, I think that whole I don't even like Taco Bell. You know me, because I hate Taco Bell, but the double decker taco, it was fire.
Amazing.
Yeah, Yeah.
I was like, this
Good
is the
job.
greatest invention of all
When
time.
everything was 79 cents.
Oh man.
I remember that double decker taco. It was like, I think it was King was like soft taco and Shaq was like, no, hard taco. And it was like, oh, put them together.
Oh, yeah.
Together. Yeah. And it was like the double decker.
If you think about it, that may have been because I mean, like when you talk about like dominant big men, because I know you had. I mean, you could say Gasol and Garnett that one.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like, but when you talk about like two MVP, like Garnett was MVP worthy, but Gasol, I guess that was the last one. I think it's just that we saw what happened that first game when the Celtics matched up with the Lakers, and that man KG caught that tip dunk, and it was like, there's levels, and Gasol, you're really good, but this is something different. But they came back and beat him another year, so I think Ghost, I think you're right. I think that's probably the last time, but they weren't even the most known. Like I guess KG, but Powell played with Kobe, so we wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? We weren't checking for him like that.
What now? Probably the biggest. I mean, I will say a what if now because he could have been the best skill man. Like big man was Boogie. Boogie was.
That's a man.
That's
a whole nother episode. Boogie needed
AD. I was just like, bro, who the hell's gonna beat these dudes,
bro? No one was. AD just. Anyways, both of them is made out of glass, but both of them are super, super duper duper cold. Injuries suck. Boogie, you already know what the time it is. Wind us out. We're gonna get these social medias and let these people go on about their lives.
All right, so we're gonna. Hey man, don't ever leave us again, man. Where I gotta go do this shit.
Oh, you back? Okay, I was acting like I was frozen. I didn't because it stopped, and I was like,
"All right, man." So, God damn it, Chris, don't ever leave me to do this shit again, man. Anyway, so that is our show for this Whisper Call. Shout out to Ghost for
shout out to Ghost, baby, man. Real one. Ghost is like Robert Ory right now. He came in the clutch and just grabbed it and shot that hoe. And wet that bitch, by the way. Excellent. Ghost, you got to come back. There you go. You got to come back. Sterling, we miss you. Let's get these social medias out the way.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring him on. Bring him on here.
Oh, okay, Ghost. Yes. Oh, I thought Ghost had left. I thought he had left.
No.
Ghost,
my bad.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would love to do it again, man. I love being on.
We need to get the Grossum foursome in this bitch now because I think.
I was gonna say I know we didn't get to speak on it, but of course this Saturday, Adesanya versus Pereira 2 or Pereira 4. You got Burns and Masvidal. Like, hey, if y'all want me to come in, I could just real quick.
Just come
in. Hey, Sterling gonna be here. Y'all, Ghost gonna be here. And for those watching, hit the like and subscribe. And look, if you fuck with us, like our boy Ghost been fucking with us, look, motherfucker, you on. Like shit. We like to talk sports. It's talking sports with your boy.
Like and subscribe, man. Best show out there.
Appreciate
We're trying to do it. We're trying to do it, man. We're trying to do it.
All right, so like we said, we were live on YouTube, Facebook, fucking Twitter, fucking all the shit. We're there.
This is the most F-bombs I heard Boogie drop like ever.
Like, all right, yeah, we're everywhere, man. So please like, subscribe, please tune in. If you want to follow us on social media, is at Sports Sushi on Twitter, Sports_Sushi on Instagram. If you want to follow me, you can see us down there. DJ Slow Boogie, all one word. Our boy Sterling Furlow, he couldn't be with us here, but he will be with us next week. You see his social media right there. That's Ghost, but that's not Sterling. But Sterling's social is underneath him. My boy Russ, man, go ahead and give him your socials.
You already know what it is. This is your boy Russ J. You can find me on Twitter. It's RLClimbSP. You can find me on IG under the new moniker. You already know what it is. It's Big 30 the truth. Big 30, because Big 30 says so, nigga. If you don't know, I'm going to let you find out. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? You can also look forward to it. Check it out. Link in the bio of both the Instagram, Sports Blood Clothing Co. Get you a hoodie. Get you a shirt. We're all about self-improvement on every level. The energy of sports and fitness is the greatest energy on the earth, and we can all use it to make ourselves better. But, yeah, go be great. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me show them what's up. Bam. You know what I'm saying?
Hats, motherfucker.
Everywhere we go and everything we do, we got one thing we try to do every day, baby. Let's go be great, dog. You know what I'm talking about?
Bullet Club.
For life.